Welcome to Court on Air.
I'm Tequillium.
And I'm Jack.
And this week we have...
Summer break is around the corner.
And in sports, we got some serious subjects.
And on A&E, Cat Boys.
All that and more on Concordia on Air.
You know it.
Hey there, Cobbers. So if you're thinking we're all a little sporadic right now, it's not because we did something
right.
before the show.
You're right, we're sporadic.
It's because it's the April Fool's episode. Because it's still April 1st to us. It never passed.
Never did.
So welcome to this wild journey we're about to go on.
You thought it did, but guess what? You were wrong.
You
Today
thought
is April 1st.
that we got past it all.
You thought, but you didn't think, because today is still April 1st.
Because thoughting is different than thinking.
And if you wonder if you got, you actually did. You have Gotham disease.
The next time you ponder what thinking is thoughting about, maybe you should wonder what you're going to do
And if
with
you're
yourself.
thinking that you thought that you saw Harley Quinn transform into a male on today's show, that is one thing that you'd actually probably have correct. But you still got
I'm actually a Care Bear. So get that right.
Well, I mean, they did stop producing Care Bears a while ago, so.
Well, I never grew out of that phase. I guess that's what we have to say to that.
Well, okay. Wasn't it weird? Like, when I was a kid, I used to play with my sister's Cabbage Patch Kids dolls. And, like, those dolls, as much as I don't want to admit it, because, like, at the time I was still very toxically masculine, that was some of the most fun I ever had. Mostly stealing them from my sister. If you're watching this, Alex, yes, I did steal them, and I sold a couple of them. They were worth a lot. But they were fun. Yeah.
I used to behead Barbie dolls. You know, with the little
Just for
guillotine.
fun? Or did you grow, like, just a love for decapitation, or what's the story here?
That's something I don't want to talk about or thought about. So we're going to move on from that topic.
Right. Got him. Yeah. Did you play any fun pranks on any of your friends?
No, but you know, I did play a bunch of fun pranks on the customers at your local Buffalo Cub Foods, where I work as a customer servicer manager. Not a servicer manager, a service manager. Yes, I would start doing accents, and they would just accept it. One person did ask, hey, you've lived here for how long, and when did you adopt a Texan accent? And I said, I go to the University of Houston, and they believed me.
Oh, my word. That's a nice one. I made coffee for a bunch of very privileged people from my hometown over break, and I remember there was a day where I decided to be fully Russian. My name was Alexei, and then I also decided to be my great-great-grandfather, who just so happened to be Scottish, so I had to answer the order and be like, "Hey, welcome to Caribou. What can I get started for you?" And then nothing would really happen, and they just kind of go about their day. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, our pranks are pretty chill. I'm kind of surprised that neither of us went.
No,
really
the year prior, I got a tarantula put in my cereal by my sister, and then I killed it. But she was mad at me for some reason, even though what are you supposed to do with a tarantula? Like cuddle with it? I mean, maybe if you're into that. I mean,
they're so cute. They're just all little furry little squish balls.
Okay,
and you just
well,
pet 'em and...
okay, Hartley, we understand. But no, I mean, honestly, I was thinking about this the other day. Do you remember Crave cereal?
I love that stuff.
Okay.
That stuff is disgustingly delicious.
It's disgustingly disgusting, and here's why. Because Crave cereal, the chocolate inside, not pure whatsoever. When you put it in milk, it just mashes all together, and it's like just a bunch of soggy cornflakes with chocolate like dribbling on the out. It's awful.
Dribbling is a good
I
word
tried it. I tried it again over break because I wanted to give it another chance. Had it with almond milk, still just as bad. I really can't tell you how awful of a cereal it is. It's really bad.
I can't relate. I've never had almond milk, and Crave is delicious. It's like Uncrustables, but with chocolate and tiny and in milk.
No, so this is a public service announcement. Crave is not at the same level that Uncrustables is with PB&J's. They will never be there. Like, in terms of, like, the hierarchy of PB&J prepackaged sandwiches, Uncrustables is the top of the market.
Uncrustables, what you gotta do, put them in the freezer, right? Just let them sit there, let them get as hard as a rock. Then put them in the toaster and let them sink in there, let those boys all gurgle and coagulate up. And let me tell you, it's so good. I can't even describe what's going on.
Let them
You get a
gurgle.
little
Do
peanut
it.
butter.
Let
get a
them
little
coagulate
jelly.
in the toaster.
You let them mix around, get them all funky in the same little small space, and bam. That is what I call magic, my good sirs and fellows and other people
Is it
out there.
possible to let a sandwich coagulate? Can we get a fact check on that? Where's our fact checkers? Don't we
We
have
will
those?
get that fact check after we move on to news.
Ugh.
Hi, welcome to news. I'm Dylan, and this is Glory. After a year of living through the COVID pandemic, the possibility of an on-campus vaccination event provides students in the next steps of getting back to a normal life. On Tuesday, 2 emails were sent to students on campus discussing the possibility of this event. Natalie Reinhardt detailed in an email stating that Minnesota and Clay County Public Health may be able to provide students with a vaccination event to provide students with a convenient and effective way to vaccinate who have not had the opportunity yet. Reinhardt also stated in the email that in order to gauge students' interest in this event, a 2-question survey was sent to all active students to see if people were interested in receiving a vaccine and what type of vaccine they would be interested in receiving. When you have the time, fill out the survey, even if you are already vaccinated, to see if there is enough interest in this event, so that those who are interested in being vaccinated are able to have that opportunity.
Summer break is around the corner. So with only 3 weeks left until Concordia College closes for summer break, this period of time is when things can get a little intense, but with all these students can't help it for the excitement that this period brings. It is a great time for rest and relax and do so many outside activities, but with Concordia, it is also a great time to catch up and get ahead. And this is through the Concordia Summer School opportunity. This opportunity provides more than 80 courses and will offer in-person and online opportunities for students. And for more information about the summer school opportunity, you can visit the concordiacollege.edu/summerschool. It is concordiacollege.edu/summerschool.
On Sunday night, a police car chase took place in Stillwater, Minnesota, but who the police were chasing was the most unexpected twist of the night. A 10-year-old boy who led police on a chase in his parents' minivan. The boy led the police officers in a car chase that reached speeds of 50 miles per hour and at one point drove through an intersection completely in reverse. The police were eventually able to block the boy's path, ending the chase. When asked why the boy was driving his parents' van, he stated that he was on his way to Target in order to buy Cheerios for his breakfast. The boy's parents told police that they had no idea that the boy had taken their vehicle and that they were asleep at the time he left. Luckily, no one was injured during this event.
2 people were injured after a shooting near Fort Detrick in Frederick, Maryland on the morning of April 6th. Frederick Police Chief Jason Lando said the police were called for an active shooter situation at 8:20 a.m. in the Riverside Tech Park. When officers arrived on the scene, they found 2 adult males who sustained injuries. The victims were then flown to Baltimore, where one of their victims was released in the afternoon, and while the other remained in critical but stable condition. The 38-year-old suspect, who Navy Public Affairs confirmed was a Navy hospital corpsman, then traveled to nearby Fort Detrick and was subsequently shot and killed by Bears personnel. Lando said that the suspect lives in Frederick but not in the military base, and that he was an active member of the Navy.
The Department of Justice is currently investigating Matt Gaetz, a Republican representative from Florida, in connection to allegations of him having a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old girl. Gaetz is also being investigated for potentially violating sex trafficking laws due to him paying the girl to travel with him. This investigation was evidently launched last year during Donald Trump's presidency, but is unclear if Gaetz or the White House had any knowledge of the investigation. New news is coming out stating that during Trump's final weeks, Gaetz asked the White House for a blanket presidential pardon for crimes that may have been committed, but the pardon was ultimately denied. Many professionals have questioned receiving a blanket pardon in advance, since it sends an invitation to go out and break the law, knowing that they will not be punished for the acts that they commit. Gates denies any wrongdoing that he is being accused of, and stated that much of this is coming from the radical left in order to just make him look bad.
Now in London, 7 people were arrested after climate change activists broke windows outside the London headquarters of Barclays to protest the role of the financial sector in climate change. The activists from the Extinction Rebellion group used hammers to break the windows and then pasted the message, "In case of climate emergency, break glass," on the front of the bank's building. The group said the action was a part of its money rebellion against the capitalist system, which used nonviolent direct action, causing damage to prevent and draw attention to greater damage. This group accused the bank of continued investment in activities that are directly contributing to the climate and ecological emergency.
Oh, okay. Hi. So my name is Dylan. Sorry, DeQuilliam. As I stated earlier, the show thing. But we have a real pleasure for you today. Today on air, I am going to be interviewing. He's one of my very good friends. Some people say that we're extremely similar. His name is Prillin Dingle. Come on out, Pringle. Yeah, so I really appreciate you having me on the show. It's been a real pleasure. Everybody's been very nice to me on the way into the studio, and I'm happy to be here. Okay, and Prillin, I just wanted to ask, what do you do as a profession? What does a man like you, with the skill set that you have, do on a daily basis? Well, I usually just chop some wood outside my cabin. My wife, Ruby, she's usually out in town at craft sales, so I really don't see her far too often. It kind of seems like she's been upset with me recently because of not being, emotionally there for her. But when the forest calls, I attend my duty. Okay, wow. So Prillin, the first question I was going to ask you is as a carpenter, right now, what are your jobs like during COVID? Well, whenever I get any new tubs of wood filler, it's a bit of a jam because whenever I go to Home Depot, Julie, one of my gals there, usually rings me up really quick. But with all the new regulations going on, I truly don't have much of an idea who's behind that counter. It's usually this guy named Robert. He's like an 18-year-old high school student. I don't really know what to do anymore, but the jobs have been scarce for sure. Wow, that's really tragic. I know that your business must have just absolutely plummeted during the pandemic, and I'm really sorry to hear that. And I just heard that you have a baby on the way. Yeah, you're correct, Dylan. So Ruby got pregnant about 2 months ago, and we still don't know much else than that. The due date seems to kind of be fluctuating. I'm more of a punctual guy, so it kind of stresses me out a little bit. But I'm happy to see the guy or gal, whatever the baby is, or yeah, whatever. Yeah, it'll be good. I think Ruby's really into going to Target and looking in the baby aisle, but the debit account is getting drained far too quickly, so we are probably going to have to change that at some point soon. Wow, I mean, yeah, I kind of relate to that. Target's kind of entrapped me with a lot of dollars there in the past, Prillin. And I really wanted to ask as well, when it comes to your carpentry business, what major projects have you really been working on during the pandemic, when business has been scarce? Oh, yeah, well, I went over to my buddy Rob's house, and I decided that I was going to fix up his basement for free because some of the foundations just were not there whatsoever. A lot of the boards were from around 80 years ago, so I put in a lot of new studs that weren't supporting the building quite right, and I think that it would be best if he went out of his way to do a little more, so I'm probably going to go back over there sometime later in the spring to kind of finish up the job for him, but that's about the only thing I've done, and I haven't asked him to pay. Wow, that is so nice of you. Wow, I can't imagine how many people are so thankful for your service to your friend Rob over the pandemic, for sure. And one last final question I wanted to ask you, Prillin, is what is your go-to gas station snack? Well, it really depends on the mood, if I'm being quite honest with you. I think that getting a brisk iced tea and maybe some Hostess snowballs is usually a pretty safe bet for me, but there are some times when I'm feeling a little bit dangerous that I might throw in a Mr. Pibb and maybe a candy of sorts, maybe a 100 grand. It's one of my favorites. It kind of mixes a couple of my favorite candies. And I think you can just never go wrong. Well, Prillin, I really appreciate your time. And with that, we're going to have to move on to our next segment of the show.
Now on to sports. First of all, breaking news, I will be throwing fists with Dylan because of his controversial comments about the delicious crave. But more importantly, on March 25th, 42 spectacular spellers from the metro area of the Twin Cities competed in the Metro ECSU Regional Spelling Bee. This was to qualify for a spot in the Scripps National Spelling Bee. With no autocorrect or spell check in hand, these children braved what few millennials could: spelling words. The participants' ages ranged from 4th to 8th grade, showcasing impressive spelling talents to garner the top spot, over Zoom, of course. 7th grader Lynn Clara Toon from Edina took home the top prize of the regional spelling bee. The national tournament will be July 8th in Orlando, Florida. Now, for a trip across the pond and up a hill. Tickets are now on sale for the annual cheese rolling event in Brockworth, Gloucestershire. This cultural phenomenon takes place in the last Monday of May and attracts thousands of spectators. The event includes many competitors starting at the top of the hill and rolling cheese down it at speeds up to 112 kilometers per hour. No prepayment is necessary as tickets can be bought on site. For more information, go to carneyfest.com. And now, on to an interview with Jack.
Hi, Yak here, doing swell. Today I'm interviewing Lizzie from Concordia on Air. Now you're probably thinking, why in the world would they interview someone from Concordia on Air? Well, this is why. It's the end of the year and we gotta start recapping and getting you cobbers out here on the floor, promotions right ahead. So Lizzie here is a senior at Concordia. I almost said Concordia High School, but we're gonna blip past that. She has been here for 4 years now, which to me seems insanely long. I mean, that might be because I'm still a youngster, but Lizzie, I would love to hear your opinion after I talk a little bit about your major and minor, which I don't really know all about. I think it's something with education, so we'll have to talk more about that after the show. But you're going to talk about Concordia on Air, and Concordia on Air is such a wonderful experience that's available at Concordia. Not every college has such a prominent news anchor, comedian, act-up, stand-up experience that is available here at Concordia. It's kind of fascinating, actually. At Concordia on Air, you have the opportunity to read off a prompter. You can interact with activities. You can try different foods. I mean, you can even talk A&E. Today they're talking about furries, but there's so many different topics that are discussed. It's insane. There are different opinionated segments. There's different news segments. There's even segments about drawing. If you tuned in a few weeks ago, you probably saw that we did an art contest. We do all kinds of things at Concordia on Air, and we want your creativity to get in on this because it's so much fun. Now, I didn't mean to be here, to be honest. I came to Concordia on Air thinking, oh, this is the radio station, and radio might be something kind of interesting. Well, as it turns out, the executive producer is a and you'd love to meet her. She kind of forced me in. She gave me a little fresh pushing, you know, and here I am 1 year later, kind of. Isn't that kind of weird, guys? It's been a year. So we've just been going off, and Erin is a really great person. Lizzie here is amazing. Parker, Mary, all of them are such great influences. And if you want to get to know them, you have to be a part of Concordia on Air. You won't see them anywhere else on campus, I guarantee it. It's just, it happens like that. So if you come to Concordia on Air, not only do you get to learn some great people skills, you get to try new activities, learn how to speak in front of a camera and public appearances, and you get to meet really great people. I think that's 5 points I just counted out, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 great reasons to come to Concordia on Air. Now, there's a ton more reasons, but I think Lizzie just left, so we're going to cut the interview short and move on to A&E.
Welcome to A&E, everyone. We have a very hot topic today. We will be talking about catboys, specifically the latest movement, Moms Against Catboys.
Meow.
Meow is so right. DeQuilliam, I need you to articulate in your best words, what is a catboy? How would you describe a catboy?
Well, you see, I'm glad you asked, Parker.
Yes.
Because catboys are truly, if I was to encompass one word around the movement of catboys, it is a phenomenon for so many reasons.
Yes.
And here's why. The variation in ear shapes and sizes is really a telltale sign of their distinct personality traits, whether they have more integrity or if they're more flamboyant. If they have like smaller, more laid back ears, definitely a more relaxed person, a lot more probably like, I don't know, financially literate of a person.
Financially literate. No, I fully agree.
I 100%. And if we see the man here, the ears blended so well into his hair color. I mean,
He's a cat. He's a cat through and through. You
through.
can see. He has a tail, even.
Like on every level besides physical,
He is a cat.
Like 100%. And
Okay.
I think that cat boys
Yes.
are just like the other beautiful parts of humanity, underappreciated.
It really a phenomenon that we do not talk about enough as a society, as a nation, as a country, as a college even. I would say Concordia has yet to release any kind of statement about their poor treatment of cat boys on campus, which is very, very unfortunate. But hopefully soon we'll start this conversation up again. Let's talk about the latest movement in the United States.
Yes.
Moms against catboys. So the mom genre, the mom group, a group of moms are really afraid of the impact that catboys are having on American culture, on Generation Z culture, and they're worried about seeing all their children wanting to become catboys. How would you respond to that? How do we lose this fear, the fearfulness that so many parents are having?
Let me just say this.
Okay.
Do not fear. The cats are here, and they are in these boys.
Yes.
And this is a real. This is the epidemic right now, guys. Like whatever's going on outside. Yes, I know that the vaccines are making people sick. Cool, but like this is the new one. This is like COVID-21 on this campus.
Yes.
I tell you what, in 2021, it's been exacerbated to a point. This mom group, this cat militia, might I call them, this brigade of moms that are hurling themselves toward this wonderful catboy culture is so, it's so disintegrating.
It's sad. It's really sad to see. Now, everyone, I do want to make a statement. This is going to be really hard for me to come forward with, but I feel like I have to be, thank you, I feel like I have to be honest with our audience because I've been nothing but truthful to you from day one. So really, guys,
Yep.
I'm a cat boy.
And we love Parker so much.
I did begin these feelings after I had my first shot of the COVID vaccine. I don't know if those two are related. They very well might be. And if that's the case, honestly, I want to thank Pfizer and Moderna for giving me the opportunity to be a cat boy. Not Johnson & Johnson, though.
Yeah, Johnson & Johnson, I heard they're making dog boys.
Dog boys, really. You know what? As a cat, I don't know if I would really like that, but...
No, we don't really roll with them.
No.
You know.
So, do you have any plans to become a cat boy? Are you very happy with where you're at?
I'm investigating my possibilities, thinking about Pfizer, also Moderna. They seem
Yes.
both like great options.
Yes.
It's just the days apart. You know,
Yeah.
do I want to be a cat sooner? Do I want to push it off?
Yeah, yep.
Do I want to have that anticipation?
It's a big decision.
It is a big decision, but I tell you what, having that excitement leading up to it with more days, it's very tempting.
Yeah, I'm really loving, cats really love physical touch, so I'm really enjoying this hand holding.
It's our love language.
Well, I wish everyone a good meow, a good night, and next up we have a game.
Arr.
Hello, and welcome. My name is Dr. None of. Dr. None of Your Business. Now, if you're wondering, yes, your is my middle name, and yes, I am the titular business in the Offutt School of Business. It's named after me and my practices. So the next time you're looking for a major that suits you, come to me, Dr. None of Business. And if you include my middle name, I'll get you 15% off. But that's not what we're here today for. Oh, crap. We're here for a product review of slapping balloons. which I just did and was probably not the smartest idea. So let's see if I can open them because I do not have any strength today. So go right ahead. Oh, I got them.
Rock them, sock them.
All right, we should probably move these Picasso valuables off the table just in case they break or something.
Oh.
All right, so to be honest, Cobbers, we don't really know what we're doing. The instruction just says, whack the pack, then stand back. That was my debut single.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm very ready.
Are you whacking it or punching it?
What? So you have to whack it like that? Oh my gosh. Oh my Lanta. What? It is expanding. What is going on? Oh my Gandhi. Hold on. I'm gonna do mine. I'm gonna do mine.
Okay, go. Witchcraft.
Just kidding. Hey, I was actually gonna do it.
Where are the balloons?
I don't know. Are they inside here? Were you supposed to open up, sir? Why is it cold and wet?
No, it is like, it feels like an agate that I pick up at Lake Superior or something.
How the heck do you open one of these? So product review so far.
Homegirl's still making noise in there. I am concerned.
Take it around and then bite it.
Do we need to bite it?
Come
Is that how we do it?
out.
Oh, I got it. Oh,
Just do it.
oh. What the? There's an actual balloon in here? I was just joking around. Oh my gosh. What the? It's a little...
Ah! Oh.
Mine is moving. Mine is moving.
He's expanding.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that means that this one needs to come out too. Oops.
Oh my god, it's an outback. It has an Easter basket. Oh my gosh.
Oh, this one's a giraffe. How cute is
Oh.
that? I've always wanted to see a giraffe, but I've never
It
been
is-
to Europe before.
It is so cold.
Yeah, I'm not really liking the cold part. It's kind of scary.
Is there like dry ice in
Now
here or
you're
something?
probably thinking, oh, inflatable balloons that you slap and crack and smile back? No, that's not exciting.
Goldfish.
So we got another kind of balloon that we're also going to be product testing today on Concordia on air. They're called cushions. There's your cushion.
Oh. Wow.
So this product is new from Lazy Boy, actually. It's released as part of their fall-winter 2021 lineup. Apparently you inflate it with your own lips, and then you sit on it for maximum comfort. How did you get yours so easily? My goodness. Ugh. Mine tastes like flour.
Can I do the Pee Wee Herman thing? Where you just like make it so
How did you blow this up? When you can't blow.
Hold on. I'm reviewing the sitting capabilities. So, yeah, this is oh, wow. Yeah, that was good. It's quite supportive of all of the natural. I think.
fire me and you know we can have a juice and we have some kind of
Yes. All right, sorry guys. Lazy Boy was kind of. Ew, there's dust coming off of mine. I don't even want to. Lazy
Jeebus.
Boy, what is this? I don't want my cushions to have preservatives.
Ready? Let's go together. Ready? 3, 2.
Cobbers, I think that we can say these inflatable balloons, kind of weird, kind of cold, but a solid, like, oh, they rattle too. Oh my god. That bumps me up to an 8 out of 10. These things, besides I didn't order them flour dusted. I usually like my bread cooked and yeasted. So I don't really know why it's like this. But Lazy Boy, this is an interesting invention you've got here for your new cushion. What do you say?
The poop smiling made me a little uncomfortable initially, right? But he grew on me.
Mine has a broken apple.
Are you sure that's an apple? So I say for this, just because of the enhanced volume capabilities in this new model. Probably an 8 for this, but these balloons, I think that the directions were a little unclear at first. I was like, why do I need to absolutely yeet this bag open to access my llama balloon?
It is
so,
shaped like a llama. That's so cool.
and yeah, this is a 3 out of 12.
Thanks, Converse. We'll see you next week.
Rock 'em, sock 'em.
Oh God.
Can I go
Yeah,
home now? Can I go home? I don't want to be here anymore.
switch to the other camera, camera 2, right?
Hello?